All right, so get this. We're diving deep into electric scooters today,
Oh, cool.
specifically the Segway E300SE.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that review you sent over.
Yeah, from January 2025. It looks like this scooter
Mm-hmm.
is loaded with some pretty cool features.
Uh-huh.
Consider this your cheat sheet to figure out if it's all it's cracked up to be.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Okay, so what jumped out at me right away was
Mm-hmm.
how they're aiming this scooter at city dwellers,
Yeah, that's a smart move.
people looking for a sustainable
Right.
and efficient way to get around.
For sure. But it's not just about practicality, though, right? They're also pushing the style factor,
Yeah.
making it appealing for those leisure rides, too.
For sure. The review mentioned it's great for both,
Yeah.
daily commutes
Yeah.
and those fun little trips around town.
Yeah, that's right.
Like they're trying to hit that sweet spot of being both practical and,
Yeah,
dare I say, cool.
exactly. And, this dual purpose design
Yeah.
is becoming a real trend in electric vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
People want something that, fits seamlessly into their lives, whether they're commuting to work or heading out for a weekend adventure.
I feel like we see that
Yeah,
in a lot of
Mhm.
industries right now.
absolutely.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What about the performance?
Yeah.
The review throws out some pretty impressive specs.
Hold on to your helmet because this
Mhm.
thing boasts a range of 130 kilometers,
Wow.
which is 81 miles on a single charge.
81 miles.
It's practically unheard of for an electric scooter.
Seriously.
Okay.
Imagine being able to commute all week without worrying about plugging in.
I mean, that blows most gas scooters out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention other electric ones. I mean, that opens up a whole
For sure.
new world of possibilities for
Hmm.
commuting and, weekend adventures. No more being tethered to a charging station every few miles.
No more range anxiety for you.
Right.
And it's not just about range.
Yeah.
It can also hit a top speed of 105 kilometers per hour.
Mm-hmm. Which is about 65 miles per hour.
Okay. That's pretty impressive for a scooter.
Yeah.
But hold on, 65 miles an hour on a scooter.
Yeah.
Is that even safe?
That's a good question.
The review mentioned some serious safety features.
Yeah, they haven't skimped on safety, that's for sure.
Okay.
The E300SE comes equipped with hydraulic disc brakes with ABS.
Oh, okay. So that means you'll
Have powerful and controlled stopping power,
Wow.
even in slippery conditions.
So for those who might not know,
Yeah.
ABS or anti-lock braking system is a feature that prevents the wheels from locking up during hard braking.
Right.
It's a big deal for safety, especially on a two-wheeled vehicle. It essentially helps you maintain control and avoid skidding.
Exactly. And let's not forget about visibility.
Yeah.
The E300SE has bright LED lighting,
Oh, nice.
so you'll be seen no matter what time of day you're riding.
Safety and visibility are key, especially when you're navigating those busy city streets.
You got it.
All right, so we've got impressive range,
Yeah.
decent speed,
Uh-huh.
and top-notch safety features.
Right.
But what about the tech? I'm a bit of a gadget geek,
Okay.
so I'm curious about the
Yeah.
bells and whistles the review mentioned.
Yeah.
Bluetooth connectivity and a mobile app, right?
You bet the E300SE
Okay.
is packed with smart features.
Right.
You can connect it to your phone via Bluetooth and use the Segway app to monitor your scooter's performance in real time.
Oh, wow.
Think battery status, trip history, even customization settings. It's like having a mini command center for your ride.
That's actually really cool. I could see myself geeking out over those stats and
Oh, yeah.
customizing the settings to fit my riding style.
Uh-huh.
But enough about the tech. Let's dive into
Yeah.
the heart of the beast. What's powering this impressive machine?
Under the hood, you'll find a high-performance electric motor
Okay.
that's designed to deliver smooth acceleration and a quiet ride.
And let's not forget about that battery, 81 miles.
Right.
On a single charge is no joke.
Yeah, what kind of battery technology are we talking about here? It's a lithium-ion battery, which is pretty standard for electric vehicles these days.
Yeah.
They're known for their high energy density and relatively long lifespan.
So no need to worry about replacing the battery every year or two.
Their review mentions that with proper care,
Okay.
this battery can last for several years.
That's good to know. But speaking of years,
Yeah.
how does this scooter hold up against the competition? I mean, technology moves pretty fast these days.
That's where the competitor comparison table comes in handy.
Yeah.
The review pits the E300SE against the Xiaomi A1 Pro, the NIU MQGT EVO, and the Super Soco CPX.
Ooh, I love a good competition. Let's break down this table and see how the E300SE stacks up. What are we looking at here? Price range. those unique features that make each scooter stand out.
We'll dive into the specifics of each competitor in the next segment.
Okay.
But for now, let's just say the E300SE holds its own pretty well,
Okay.
especially when you consider the balance of performance features and price.
Sounds intriguing. I'm ready to see how this battle royale unfolds.
Me too.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Right.
let's take a step back.
Okay.
Talk about the overall design of the E300SE.
Yeah.
The review mentioned something about it being lightweight and agile, right?
Absolutely. They've really focused on making the scooter easy to handle, especially for urban environments. It weighs in at around 121 pounds,
Wow.
which is significantly lighter than some of its competitors.
And that's a big deal for city dwellers like myself who might need to maneuver the scooter in tight spots or even carry it up a flight of stairs. You don't want to be lugging around a heavy, clunky machine.
Exactly. And the review highlights how this lightweight design doesn't sacrifice durability or build quality.
Yeah.
They've used high-quality materials and construction techniques to ensure this scooter can handle the bumps and grinds of city riding.
So it's lightweight, agile,
Yeah,
and built to last. That's the winning combination in my book.
for sure.
But let's be honest, looks matter too,
Yeah, of course.
right? What about the aesthetics of the E300SE? Does it have that cool factor?
The review raves about the E300SE's sleek and modern design. It's got clean lines, a sporty silhouette, and they even offer it in a variety of stylish color options to fit your personality.
Ooh, color options. That's
Yeah.
always a nice touch.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, you can express yourself while zipping around town on this eco-friendly machine.
For sure. And it's not just about looking good.
Right.
The review also mentions how the design is ergonomic and user-friendly.
Absolutely.
With comfortable seating and intuitive controls, they've really thought about the overall riding experience.
They have.
So it's not just a pretty face. It's
Uh-huh.
actually designed for comfort and ease of use. That's a big plus for me, especially if I'm using it for my daily commute.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of commute,
Okay.
let's get practical for a moment
Yeah.
and talk about storage. The review mentioned an under-seat storage compartment, right?
It does.
Can you fit a helmet in there?
That's a good question. I mean, safety gear is essential, but lugging around a bulky helmet can be a pain.
Exactly.
The review confirms that the compartment can fit a helmet and a few small items. It's not huge, but it's enough for those essentials.
All right, so you can stash your helmet and a few odds and ends, not bad.
Yeah.
But let's face it, the price tag is a major factor for most people. How does the E300SE fare in that department?
The review lists the starting price at around $4,500.
Now, I know that might sound steep, but when you consider the performance features and build quality we've been discussing,
Yeah,
it actually seems pretty reasonable.
exactly. You're getting a lot bang for your buck with the E300SE.
Yeah.
And remember, it's an investment in sustainable transportation that could save you money on gas and car maintenance in the long run.
Okay, so maybe it's not as budget-friendly as some other scooters out there,
Right.
but it seems like you're getting a lot for your money.
You are.
But every rose has its thorns, right?
Yeah.
There have to be some drawbacks to this scooter.
You're right. No scooter is perfect.
There-
The review does point out a few potential drawbacks,
Like what?
such as the limited top speed, the relatively small storage capacity, and the fact that the dealer network isn't as extensive as some other brands.
Those are definitely things to consider. But before we dive into the cons, let's take a look at the pros and cons as listed in the review.
Okay.
They seem to have laid it all out pretty clearly, right?
They have, and we'll unpack those in detail in the next segment so you can weigh the advantages and disadvantages and decide if the E300SE is the right fit for you.
All right, sounds like we've got a lot to cover. Stay tuned, because things are about to get interesting.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground about the Segway E300SE, but you also sent in some specific questions about it.
Cool. Let's tackle those.
Yeah, so first up, how far can you really go on a single charge?
Yeah.
81 miles sounds fantastic.
Right.
But is that in ideal conditions, or will I actually get that kind of range in my daily life?
That's the question everyone wants answered.
Yeah.
And the review addresses that directly.
Oh, good.
While 81 miles is achievable, you have to factor in things like your weight,
Right.
the terrain you're riding on, and even your riding style. If you're constantly gunning it or climbing steep hills, you'll probably see a decrease in range.
So maybe build in a little buffer zone just to be safe.
Yeah, for sure.
But even if you get 70 or 75 miles on a charge, that's still incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about your average commute. You could probably go a whole week without needing to recharge.
Exactly. And that's a game changer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
No more range anxiety.
Right.
No more scrambling to find a charging station. You can just hop on and go knowing you've got plenty of juice to get you where you need to be.
Okay, next question. The review mentions a top speed of 65 miles per hour.
Okay.
That's pretty zippy for a scooter.
Yeah.
But is it highway ready? Is it safe and comfortable to be cruising at those speeds on a two-wheeled vehicle?
That's a valid concern. The review seems to suggest that the E300 SE is better suited for city and suburban streets.
Okay.
While it can technically reach highway speeds, it might not be the most stable or enjoyable experience at those higher speeds, especially considering wind resistance and road conditions.
And let's not forget about the legal regulations.
Yeah.
Some highways might have restrictions on scooters regardless of their top speed.
Oh, for sure.
It's always a good idea to check the local laws before venturing onto any major roadways.
Absolutely. Safety first, always a good reminder.
Right.
Now let's talk tech.
Okay.
You mentioned you were a bit of a gadget geek,
Yep.
so I'm guessing you're curious about the Segway app and those smart features.
You know me too well in this day and age.
Huh.
Seamless connectivity is a must-have, so spill the beans. What can this app do?
Get ready to geek out because this app is pretty slick.
Okay.
It's not just a basic tracking app, it's like having a mini command center for your scooter. Right on your phone, you can monitor your battery status, track your trips, and even customize some of the scooter settings.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. I can see myself spending hours fiddling with those settings and geeking out over the data.
For sure.
But let's get back to the scooter itself. Some electric scooters can be pretty bulky and heavy,
Right.
making them difficult to maneuver.
Yeah.
How does the E300SE handle in that department? Is it easy to handle in tight spaces?
The review specifically calls out the E300SE's lightweight and agile design. It weighs around 121 pounds, which is significantly lighter than many of its competitors.
Right.
That means it's easier to maneuver, park, and even carry up a flight of stairs if needed.
That's a big plus for me, especially living in a city where space is at a premium.
Yeah.
I don't want to be wrestling with a heavy scooter every time I need to park it or take it inside.
Exactly. And the review mentions how the design is ergonomic and user-friendly.
Yeah.
With comfortable seating and intuitive controls, they've really thought about the overall riding experience.
It's not just about getting from point A to point B.
Right.
It's about enjoying the journey.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. This one's important for safety-conscious riders like myself.
Okay.
Does the E300SE have a storage compartment where you can stash a helmet?
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, safety gear is essential.
Right.
But lugging around a bulky helmet can be a pain.
You're in luck. The E300SE does have an underseat storage compartment, and the review confirms that it can fit a helmet and a few small items.
That's a relief.
Yeah.
I was picturing myself carrying a helmet everywhere I went,
Right.
which wouldn't be very practical.
Right.
But speaking of practical matters, let's talk about the price. How much does this sleek, tech-savvy scooter actually cost?
The review lists the starting price at around $4,500.
Now, I know that's not exactly pocket change,
Yeah.
but when you consider the performance features and build quality we've been discussing, it actually seems quite competitive,
Right.
especially compared to other high-performance electric scooters on the market.
Exactly. And you have to factor in the long-term savings.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No more gas fill-ups.
Right.
No more oil changes.
Yeah.
No more expensive car maintenance.
That's a good point. It's an investment in sustainable transportation that could actually save you money in the long run.
Right. Plus, think about the convenience factor. Imagine zipping through traffic on your scooter, bypassing all those gas guzzlers stuck in gridlock. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank, both literally and figuratively.
Okay, I'm sold on the convenience factor, but let's be real.
Okay.
Some people are all about speed. How fast can this thing actually go? Will it satisfy those speed demons out there?
We touched on this earlier, but the E300SE has a top speed of 65 miles per hour.
Which again is great for city riding and those shorter trips.
Yeah.
It's definitely no slouch.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a pure speed machine,
Right.
there might be other options out there that better suit your need for speed.
But for most urban commuters,
Right.
that top speed is more than enough. And let's be honest, safety should always be your top priority,
Absolutely.
especially on a two-wheeled vehicle.
Now let's address the elephant in the room. Battery life. How long can we expect that battery to last before it needs replacing? Because that's a major concern for any electric vehicle owner.
The review doesn't give a specific lifespan for the battery,
Okay.
which is understandable since it depends on usage and care.
Right.
However, it does emphasize that lithium-ion batteries like the one in the E300SE can last for several years with proper care.
So those good charging habits we've all learned for our phones and laptops, avoiding extreme temperatures, not fully depleting the battery too often,
Yeah.
using the recommended charger applied to scooter batteries as well.
Absolutely treat your battery right, and it will treat you right in return. It's all about maximizing its lifespan and getting the most out of your investment.
Speaking of investment, let's talk maintenance. Where can you go to get your E300SE serviced or repaired? Because Let's face it, things happen, and you'll want to make sure you're covered if something goes wrong.
The review recommends checking Segway's website for a list of authorized service centers in your area.
Okay.
They have a pretty extensive network, so you should be able to find a qualified technician near you.
That's good to know. It's always best to go to a certified technician who knows the ins and outs of your specific scooter model.
Exactly. Don't trust your precious scooter to just anyone.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here with these FAQs.
Yeah.
But before we move on, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned.
Okay.
The E300SE boasts a realistic range for daily commutes,
Uh-huh.
though it might not be the best choice for highway riding.
Right.
It's got a great app for connectivity.
Yeah.
It's relatively lightweight, and it comes with important safety features like ABS.
And while it's not the cheapest scooter on the market, it seems to offer excellent value for its price. You're getting a lot of features and performance for your money.
Absolutely. But remember, these FAQs are just a starting point.
Right.
If you're seriously considering the E300SE, it's worth doing your own research, from reading more reviews, and maybe even taking a test ride if possible.
Couldn't agree more. Get a feel for the scooter yourself. See if it's a good fit for your riding style and your needs.
Now, for those of you who want to dive even deeper into the E300SE and see how it stacks up against the competition, we've got that scooter showdown coming up in our final segment. All right, scooter fans, it's time for the ultimate showdown, the E300SE versus its rivals.
I'm ready for this.
Remember that competitor comparison table from the review you sent?
Yeah.
We're going to break it down and see where the E300SE shines and where it might fall a little short.
All right, let's do it.
So think of it like a scooter battle royale,
Okay.
each one vying for the top spot. Let's start with the contender that's known for being easy on the wallet, the Xiaomi A1 Pro.
Oh?
The A1 Pro seems like a good option for those budget-conscious riders. The review lists it at around $3,200,
Okay.
which is significantly cheaper than the E300SE.
Right.
But how does it measure up in terms of performance?
Well, it has a decent range of 40 miles, which is enough for those quick trips around town.
Okay.
But its top speed is limited to 31 miles per hour. So if you're looking to zip through traffic or tackle longer commutes, this might not be the scooter for you.
So it's a trade-off. You get affordability, but you sacrifice some performance and range.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to the next contender, the NIU MQI GT EVO. This one seems to be more of a direct competitor to the E300SE, at least in terms of features and target audience.
Yeah, the MQI GT EVO is definitely in the same league as the E300SE.
Okay.
It boasts a top speed of 62 miles per hour.
Okay, matching the E300SE.
Yes. And it even surpasses it in range, offering an impressive 85 miles on a single charge.
Wow, so it's got the E300SE beat in terms of range and speed.
It does.
But what about the other features? Does it have that same level of connectivity and tech integration?
It does. The MQGT EVO also comes with smart connectivity features,
Okay.
allowing you to monitor performance, track your rides, and customize settings through a mobile app. So in terms of tech,
Yeah.
it's pretty much neck and neck with the E300SE.
But there's got to be a catch, right? It can't be all sunshine and roses.
Mm.
What are the drawbacks of the MQET EVO?
Well, the review points out that it's significantly heavier than the E300SE,
Yeah.
weighing in at 282 pounds. That could make it a bit more challenging to maneuver, especially in tight spaces.
Yeah, that's a considerable difference in weight.
Yeah,
And I imagine that extra weight also affects the scooter's agility and handling.
exactly. And here's the other catch. It's pricier than the E300SE with a price tag of around $4,800.
Great.
So you're paying a premium for that extra range and slightly higher top speed.
So it's a tough call. The MQDG EVO has the edge in terms of range and speed,
Yeah.
but it comes at the cost of weight and price. It really boils down to your priorities and what you're looking for in a scooter.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit for your needs and your budget. Now let's move on to the final contender, the one that's known for being a bit of a heavyweight, the Super Soco CPX.
From what I remember from the review, the CPX is a beast in terms of range and power.
Yeah.
But how does it stack up in the other areas?
The CPX is definitely a powerhouse.
Okay.
It boasts the longest range of the bunch,
Okay.
clocking in at a whopping 87 miles on a single charge. And it's got a powerful motor that can handle even the steepest hills with ease.
So if range is your top priority, the CPX seems like the clear winner.
It does.
But I'm guessing all that power and range comes at a price both literally and figuratively. What are the trade-offs?
Well, as you might expect, the CPX is the most expensive of the four scooters we've compared, costing around $5,000.
Right.
And it's also the heaviest, weighing in at a hefty 308 pounds.
Okay, so it's the most expensive, the heaviest, but it has the longest range. Is there anything else that sets it apart from the other contenders?
The review mentions that the CPX is designed more for practicality and functionality than for style or sporty riding.
Mm.
It's a workhorse built to get the job done, even if it's not the sleekest or most agile scooter on the block.
So if you're looking for a stylish, lightweight scooter to zip around town, the CPX might not be the best choice.
Right.
But if you need a reliable long-range scooter to handle tough commutes or carry heavy loads, it's definitely worth considering.
Exactly. It all comes down to your individual needs and priorities. But it's pretty amazing to see such a diverse range of electric scooters available on the market today. There's truly something for everyone.
It really is, and it's exciting to think about how this technology will continue to evolve in the coming years. Who knows what kind of incredible scooters we'll be seeing in the future.
The possibilities are endless. We might see even longer ranges, faster charging times, and even more innovative features that we can't even imagine yet.
And as battery technology improves and production costs come down,
Right.
electric scooters will become even more accessible and affordable for the average consumer.
Exactly. It's a win-win for both the environment and our wallets.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the Segway E300SE. We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from its impressive specs and features to its pros and cons,
Uh-huh.
and even how it stacks up against its rivals in the electric scooter arena.
We've explored the technology, the design, the practicality, and even the future of electric scooters.
But most importantly, we hope we've given you the information you need to decide if the E300SE is the right scooter for you.
Remember, it's all about finding the perfect fit for your individual needs and riding style. Do your research, read reviews, and if possible, take a test ride before making your final decision.
And as always, stay curious, keep exploring, and embrace the exciting world of electric vehicles. Happy scooting.